what thoughts are and how to use them. And I'm talking about the ones in your mind, not the other kind. Featuring my notes, and you should have yours too. All right, let's get into it. First, we need to talk about how most people use their thoughts. Most people use their thoughts to examine and solve a problem or situation, or to put yourself down or lift yourself up. That's why they say your mind can be your enemy or your best friend. Some people use their thoughts to form a conclusion about what happened, is happening, or is going to happen. And sometimes, based off of the thoughts that are formed from the experience, depending on the emotional impact it had, it can even create a belief. But that's a whole different video. And last but not least, some people use their thoughts. Honestly, they don't even use them. They're just overthinking all the time. They're overthinking, and they allow their thoughts to run rampant or take them into a loophole of positivity or negativity. And you know what I mean if you're one of these people. Now, those are just a few examples of how most people use their thoughts on a daily basis. Let's talk about what thoughts are. Thoughts are things that form in the mind by way of language or imagery. You could also say words or pictures. I'll say that one more time. Thoughts are things that form in the mind by way of language or imagery, words or pictures. Napoleon Hill, from the book Think and Grow Rich, stated this exact quote: "Thoughts are things, and powerful things at that, when they are mixed with definiteness of purpose, persistence, and a burning desire for their translation into riches or other material objects." That's some heavy information. Thoughts can also carry an energetic vibration or frequency with them. They have that capability. I'm not saying every time, but they also have that capability. So, now you might be thinking, well, that's a pretty basic explanation. I could have come up with that myself. Whether that's true or not, it was only the surface. Let's start to get into it. Let's dive a little deeper now. A lot deeper. Like understanding where thoughts come from and how they affect you, and some of the best ways to use them. First, we must lay the foundation and understand where they come from. Is it from within or an external source? I'm I'm gonna let you think about that for a sec. Go ahead. Take your time. All right. You could actually say that it's both. How can it be both? It's probably what you're thinking. How is this possible? That's impossible. Chill. I'll explain. All thoughts that have been or ever will be are present at all times in the ether. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. I'm going to say it the other way. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. All thoughts that have been or ever will be are present at all times in the ether. That's also why they say there's nothing new under the sun. It's simply a matter of your conscious awareness or what frequency you are vibrating at that will determine what thoughts come to you. Since we as humans feel frequencies as emotions, you could say the thoughts we attract into our lives is based upon how you feel. Remember, thoughts are things, and everything vibrates at a certain frequency. For example, negative people. Have you ever complimented a negative person? They will turn that compliment into an insult to themselves or even an insecurity. Like, you could tell them, yo, those are some nice ass shoes, dog. And in their mind, they'll be thinking, did they do that just to point me out? Like, my shoes are hella old and I don't wear these that often. I know they don't look good. And they'll start planting the seed of self-doubt in themselves because they couldn't receive the compliment since they exist on a lower frequency. Even though you gave them a high vibratory thought, they couldn't receive it because of their own vibration. Let's say that one more time. Even though you gave them a high vibratory thought, they couldn't receive it because of their own vibration. Same goes for a positive person. If you try to insult them, they'll flip it and turn it into a good thing. Like, you could tell somebody who's just real positive, you could say, hey man, your shoes looking kind of dusty. And they'll turn right back around to you and they'll say, yeah man, but these dusty ass shoes look good as hell in my fit. And you're just gonna be like, what? I guess I can't say shit to that. And that's really how it goes. They also couldn't receive that low vibratory thought from you because they're vibrating at such a high frequency. It works the same way whether you're on the low end of the scale or the high end of the scale. That's how we receive or you could say attract thoughts from outside of us, or some people like to call it the ether, quote unquote. Now, how do they come from within us too? You're probably wondering. I'm glad you asked. As humans, we have the ability to accept, reject, or inject a thought. As humans, we have the ability to accept, reject, or inject a thought. If I gave you an idea that lacks the proper supporting evidence, you would reject it. On the other hand, if I did have the proper supporting evidence, or I was convincing enough, you would accept it. Now that's pretty basic. However, we also have the ability to consciously inject whatever thoughts we wish into our mind at any given moment. Go ahead, put an idea in your mind. Whatever you want. I'll wait. That is where the true power lies. What you just did, the injection and your conscious awareness and creating the thought that you wanted, or it could even be, it didn't even have to be what you wanted, just you creating the thought itself. That is where the power lies. That is so powerful. Spitting bars over here, man. Outside of any frequency you vibrate at, you have the ability to inject any thought into your mind, positive or negative. It doesn't matter what frequency you're on. When you have the conscious awareness of this ability and you bring that awareness to yourself, which is kind of a it's kind of a paradox, you could say. Now that's a big deal though. I know I'm laughing, but this stuff is a really big deal. And if you can do this consistently, then over time, you can alter your vibration. Check it. Let's say this one more time, straight from the notes. This little block right here. Outside of any frequency you vibrate at, you have the ability to inject any thought into your mind, positive or negative. That's a big deal. And if you can do this consistently, then over time, you can alter your vibration on a subconscious level. Napoleon Hill refers to it as autosuggestion in chapter 4 of his book, Think and Grow Rich. I'd recommend reading that too, that one chapter, if you're really feeling what I'm saying, or if you're really starting to understand. That chapter will take you even deeper into your understanding of what we're talking about. Now, thoughts also have the ability to induce emotions, as stated in the beginning of this video. An emotion held on to for a long time turns into a mood. A mood held on to for a long time turns into a temperament. A temperament held on to for a long time turns into a personality. And your personality is your personal reality. Your personality is your personal reality. And it all starts from the thoughts that you had or have and choose to keep in your mind consistently. So now that we know what thoughts are, where they come from, and how they affect you, how the heck am I supposed to use them? That's probably what you're thinking. And honestly, you're gonna have to figure that part out on your own. No, I'm just playing. Definitely joking. Let's get into it. As stated before, thoughts are things which carry an energetic vibration that come to you in the form of words or images. They can also induce emotions, and you have the ability to receive or attract or consciously inject them into your mind. With that being said, one of, if not the best possible way to use your thoughts is using them to create your desired reality or goal, then using those thoughts to induce the emotions you would feel when you have that which you desire. You can also use your imagination to see these things happening as you think and feel them. What most people would call visualization. I want to repeat this part one more time, because this is even when I was writing this, I was like, bro, you really went crazy right here. One of, if not the best possible way to use your thoughts is using them to create your desired reality or goal. Then using those thoughts to induce the emotions you would feel when you have that which you desire. That's also, you might have heard this quote, nothing is more powerful than an idea whose time has come. That quote is there's levels to that shit, man. Also, I say dude, bro, and man a lot. It's just how I talk. It's how I talk to old people. It's how I talk to young people. It's how I talk to dudes. It's how I talk to chicks. So if you're a female watching my channel, then everything I'm saying, all the information that's being given applies to you too. It just so happens that you're being referred to as a bro or a man or a dude. All right, so use your thoughts to create your desired reality or goal. Feel the emotions that you would have from a place of it already being done. Imagine or visualize these things happening, how you want them to be done as you think about and feel them. These are the practical steps of reality and how to create it. Now the levels get deeper and there's more subjects to be talked about, because they all connect together. But these are the practical steps to creating reality. Use your thoughts to create your desired reality or goal. Feel the emotions that you would have from a place of it already being done. Then imagine or visualize these things happening how you want them to be done as you think about and feel them. Consistently apply these 3 steps into your life, and you will feel and see the difference in your reality. You will begin to see your reality start to change, whether it's on a personal level or an external level or an inner level, which is also personal, but you know what I'm trying to say. Maintain these things consistently, and over time, you will alter your vibration. Therefore, changing your frequency and creating a new reality. Maintain these things consistently, and over time, you will alter your vibration, therefore changing your frequency and creating a new reality. It all starts with your thoughts. That's what thoughts are, and how they affect you, and how you can properly use them in the application to your life. In application to your life. Now, all that's left is to think.